Dream Team. You'll never see anything like this again. Chapter 15, His Airness's Goodbye. Chapter 16, The Triangle, Kobe, Shaq, and Jax. Chapter 17, Malice at the Palace. Chapter 18, The Decision. Chapter 19, My Dad and the Masters. And warming up in the bullpen, it's Chapter 20, I'm Not Writing Another Book, with the conclusion being a rendition of the acknowledgments by, of course, Snoop Dogg. So the lineup is set, and here we go with Talking to Goats by Jim Gray.
Hi there, this is Tom Brady, and I wrote the foreword to Jim Gray's book, Talking to Goats. I doubt many listeners know that Jim Gray has a nickname. Well, they do now. It's Scratchy. Jack Nicholson was the one who came up with it. When Nicholson wasn't in his courtside seat at the Forum watching the Los Angeles Lakers play, he would come home late, sometimes after filming a movie, and watch the games on replay, with Jim doing all the interviews. One night, Jim picked up the phone and heard a familiar voice. Way to go, Scratchy. You just keep scratching and digging until you get what you want. Keep scratching for that story, old Scratchy. Scratching, persevering, pushing. Those notions form the core of Jim and have since we first met in 2002 during a pregame interview at Super Bowl 36, when the Patriots were playing the Rams at the Superdome in New Orleans. We ended up winning that game 20-17. A few years later, when I moved to Los Angeles after my oldest son, Jack, was born, Jim and I struck up a friendship around our love of golfing and sports. In 2011, we decided to partner together on our own national weekly radio show on Westwood One for the pregame and halftime of Monday Night Football. Many hundreds of interviews later, Jim and I still talk on the air every Monday night. Someone once said marriage is a long conversation. My relationship with Jim is the same. It might seem strange for athletes and sportscasters to become friends, but Jim isn't an ordinary sportscaster. He has no agenda and never has. He's warm, genuine, caring, and insightful. He remains a man of great loyalty and integrity with strong principles and convictions. His relationships matter to him, and he works hard to maintain them. It's no surprise that so many of the sports figures Jim started off interviewing later turned into his close friends. I'm proud to be one of them. Still, being friends with Jim is no guarantee he'll let you off easy in an interview. His MO is to dig beneath the surface, though always respectfully. He's not out to make headlines or create controversies. He won't ever hit you from behind with a question that leaves you stammering. He's after only one thing, authenticity, and he pushes hard to get it. In fact, a few times over the years, Jim and I have been talking about something on the air, when suddenly he'll start badgering me, drilling down, pressing me to elaborate on something I said. After the show wraps, I've sometimes said, "What the hell were you doing out there? I answered your question, and I answered your follow-up question. But then you asked me 3 more follow-up questions." Jim's response, "It is what it is, Tommy. Some questions and answers require follow-ups." Whenever that happens, I totally get where the nickname Scratchy comes from. Jim has covered pretty much every sport over the years, from football and golf to baseball and basketball and boxing, as well as some of the greatest moments for each. He has worked for ESPN, NBC Sports, CBS Sports, ABC Sports, Fox, and Showtime. He's covered Super Bowls, the Olympics, the Masters, the World Series, the NBA Finals, the NCAA Final Four, you name it. His knowledge of sports and of leadership and of how big sports institutions work and don't work is second to none. He's been at the center of one huge sports story after another. It's not about luck. It's about his instincts, his focus, and his ability to connect an event or a moment to what viewers or listeners care about and what they really want to see or hear. To my mind, it's not what people do in their 20s that leads to greatness or a lasting legacy. It's what they keep doing year after year at a consistently high level. As a sportscaster and sports historian, Jim's career genuinely stands the test of time. He's elevated all sports and on the world's biggest stages too by working hard, putting in the time and energy, developing relationships, and telling.